Hey guys, Sam from SwordStyle Guitar here, bringing to you my thoughts on a very particular guitar player, Allan Holdsworth. Now this guy, any of my friends and my family will tell you, I've been a fan of his work for years. I mean, I must have been 15 when I discovered it. My dad actually brought home a Mahavishnu Orchestra CD, Birds of Fire, and we listened to it, together in the car, and immediately I was into jazz from there. It was Keith Jarrett and Mahavishnu Orchestra, and then it went to Frank Zappa and some other people, and it wasn't long before I discovered this guy Allan Holdsworth, and in the guitar community, he's regarded as one of the most technically proficient players of all time. It's characterized by his amazing legato ability, as well as his unique note choice and his tone, which sounds remarkably like a saxophone, which is exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to emulate a saxophone because he always wanted one, and his family couldn't afford it, so he wound up getting a guitar, and he sort of resented it. It's this long story, but he tries to sound like a saxophone. That's his bread and butter. So I was just reflecting on his music. I was listening to Tony Williams' Lifetime, a track called Fred, and I was just thinking to myself how beautiful it is that somebody can just totally defy social norms for guitar and just have absolutely no regard for what other people think of his music. I mean, he even thinks that his music is crap. He says it all the time. People think that he's just browbeating himself for the sake of being like a martyr or something, and he gets a lot of flack for it. But I think that he fearlessly goes after what he wants. And I think that is so... I mean, I was just watching this video, and I'm having a manly emotional moment because I'm so inspired by him. Nobody sounds like him. There are guys that really try and copy what he does, but there's nobody like him. There's nobody that has ever played guitar like Allan Holdsworth. His phrasing, his legato, his songs, they're just so far out. They're like, space music or something. And nobody else did that. I mean, throughout time there have been people who, pretty much rebelled against social norms and really did their own thing. Steve Jobs was one of them with Apple, if you read about him in his bio. Igor Stravinsky in music, guys who did stuff like serialism and other really weird abstract types of music. Even John Coltrane. Coltrane was known for taking like an hour-long solo and getting like eggs thrown at him. But he didn't care because he was so, he was about, being the best soloist or something. I'm not that familiar with Coltrane, but I do know that, that is his story. And he was also a tremendous inspiration to Holdsworth. Holdsworth once said that when Coltrane passed away, he actually cried as if he had personally known him. So the message I'm just trying to get across that I was really thinking about and I was touched by was that Holdsworth insists on something from himself. He insists on a level of quality, and you could say he just has really high standards, and I think that's something that we should all aspire to as people. Find something that you're truly passionate about and really just go for it, and don't care what anybody else is thinking about it. Don't buy into anybody saying, oh, you're obsessing about it, when are you going to be satisfied? Stay hungry and keep creating, because that is what we're on this planet for, and that is what the purpose of music is. It's to really be true to yourself, fully express what you feel, and that's it. You know, that's the best that we could do with our time here on this planet, and I think that that is what's so beautiful about what he does. You know, if you'd like to learn more about him, I believe his website is still the realAllanHoldsworth.com. I definitely encourage you to check out some of his albums. All of them are unique. I'd say my favorite ones are probably 16 Men of Tane, Tony Williams' Lifetime. He also has a best of CD that's very, very good. It has, you know, some gems from all of his albums. I think he has quite a few albums out. Some of them are a little, you know, they're different, but you know, all, you know, definitely dive in. You know, it's like diving into Frank Zappa. He's just got so many different styles of what he does, but it's still very Zappa, you know. So definitely check him out. This is just a spur of the moment video on that, and I hope you guys got something out of it. Thanks.